So, hey, I got a comment on YouTube, and it asked if the lightweight mud, putting it on the Skim Coat, is better than the all-purpose. The reason I like lightweight for my last coat is because it sands easier. You can use whatever you want. You really can. All-purpose is just what it says. It's an all-purpose mud. You can tape with it, top with it, skim with it. It doesn't sand as easy because it's a little bit harder. It shrinks more and it has more adhesive in it. So if you're sanding all-purpose on the sides of the paper here, you're probably going to rough the drywall up a little bit more with your sandpaper than you would with a lightweight compound, because the edge is going to brush off really easily. Matter of fact, with a lightweight compound, a lot of times you can almost take your finger and sand the edge with your finger, and you're not damaging the face paper of the drywall at all. If you damage the face paper of the drywall a lot, you blame the painters when it shows up. So you don't take the blame. Always blame the painters. but if I've got a lot of paper rough, I will take a wet rag or something, just a wet sponge, a wet rag, and I will wipe the paper rough down so it doesn't really stick out. And about the only time that's really going to show and stick out is if the painters just spray the paint on and they don't back roll. If they back roll behind them, they lay the paper rough down anyway. So it shouldn't be an issue. The other thing I wanted to talk about, since I got you here, we got some time to kill. This is why we're doing this video. Our DRYWALL, if the cameraman wanted to poke around with this camera, is setting up. And it's a small job. I've pre-filled everything, but I can't really tape yet because my DRYWALL's not set. So I said, hey, grab the camera, we'll do something. But I want to talk about this Bazooka a little bit more. This is one of the brand new Bazookas. And I was talking about how you have the trap door and so the mud doesn't go in. But what I really like about this Bazooka is if you come in very closely, you'll see this little lever right here. Just this little tiny lever right here. I don't want to mess with it because I've got it right where I want it. And that's the brake. That's what stops this roller from going backwards. Watch what happens when I push the brake out of the way. See how I can just roll this roller backwards? Now when the brake's in place, I gotta adjust it. Now that the brake's in place, the roller can't go backwards, but that's what this does. This pushes the brake out of the way, so that's, or it tightens it in. So now it clicks, and now this can't go backwards. What a great invention. The old one was just a wire here, and I had to pull it and bend the wire to get the brake just right. That's a lot of clicking. I don't like my Bazooka to sound that loud. So I like to take the brake off a little bit so it doesn't click quite so loud. And it just barely grabs, but that's smooth. That's very smooth. So I just wanted to talk about the brake a little bit. The old ones, they sucked, actually. You just never, I could never get that thing bent just right. And then once you did get it bent just right, don't let anybody use it, because they're going to push a brush in there, they're going to do something, and they're going to knock my brake off again. And this one's got its own little self-adjusting. Hey, thumbs up to whoever thought of that on these automatic tapers. You guys have a great day, and subscribe. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. I hope it's educational. I hope you've learned something. So if you really like what you see, please subscribe.